All right, y'all. The time has come. We got to talk about NBA 2K26 and we got to review it. Um, I just want to say, first and foremost, hey, look, man, I get it. Like I'm a consumer just like you that's watching this video right now. Maybe you somebody at 2K. I gotta be honest, right? As much shit as we give 2K for some of the terrible decisions that they make, especially from a gameplay standpoint. Yes, hello, Mike Wang. I'm talking to you and your team. As much as we give them shit, we got to give them credit where credit is due as well too. This is a fun video game. It is. It is. Round of applause for Mike Wang and the team. Clap it up, okay? It's been years since I played in NBA 2K, and it was this fun. It really truly has. With that being said, the game is not perfect. We know what we don't like about the game. I'm gonna get to that, but from an overall standpoint, 2K and it definitely has to be because GTA 6 is coming out. And I told y'all before, even on Twitter or on X. If you don't follow me on X at Air Samurai. Winter is coming for NBA 2K. But this effort right here, I don't know, man. It depends on what the patches are gonna do. Cause I want to be objective, right? I don't want to just get on here and just be like, "Oh, this is the greatest 2K ever." I don't believe that. To me, 2K15 is still the greatest 2K ever from a gameplay standpoint because there was less limitations on things. And then obviously 2K16 has the best movement. And then after that, like you can kind of like go from there or whatever it is. But 15 is to me is the best one, especially before that last patch. This is a really good game. It really is. It's fun. For the most part, it does feel fair. Um, I just think that we gotta call, like, from my opinion, right? This is my perspective. I gotta call a spade when it comes to certain things because the reality is 2K25 to me probably the worst 2K ever. It's right up there with NBA 2K21 next gen. It really truly is. That game was disgustingly bad. There's nothing redeeming about it. It's boring. It's dry. It ain't fun. And if anybody's talking about going back to NBA 2K25, trust me, that's cap. That's for content. That is not because the game is actually better. This game is by far way better. I'm having more fun on it. I'm enjoying it more. And this is probably the most fun that I've had on an NBA 2K. Really, since 2K23? I enjoyed 23. Some people don't. I enjoy 23. I also enjoy NBA 2K22. And I feel like the patching of the walk back and a couple of other patches ruined that game. But NBA 2K22 when it first came out, I thought I thought it was a good 2K. It wasn't unbearable like 21, right? It had its issues, but it wasn't 21 was unbearable. 21 next gen was so bad, I went back to 2K21 current gen. But I mean, it's a solid entry in the series. It really, really is. And I think that if they go in an opposite direction next year, like by like taking out a lot of the lateral movement and patching the game and doing different things like that, I think that that is a huge mistake, first and foremost. And not only do I think it's a huge mistake, I think that the franchise will regress again. If you look, we have freedom of movement now. I can go left, I can go right. Now, it's like I said, there's some knocks in there, and I'm gonna get to those. But I think even from a standpoint of the clothing and all that other kind of stuff, we need more classic jerseys. We do. We need more throwbacks, right? The ability to be able to earn those. We need more shorts varieties. I get it. It's a basketball video game, and people want to wear jeans and they want to wear suits and motorcycle helmets and a big Shaq heads and big Shea Gilgis heads and stuff. I get that, but we do need more basketball themed clothes. specifically in the Nike store, the Jordan store, and pretty much all of the brands. Like, these brands should be decked out in basketball gear. Yeah, you got limited edition with your certain stuff or whatever, right? With your true religion and blah blah blah. But the reality is like it's a basketball game at the end of the day. You need to be able to put on basketball clothes, and then if you got your Jordan hockey jerseys, which are, honestly, I was making fun of them at first, but I bought one. They're actually not that bad. These things help add to the experience, right? Um, I could go deeper in the gameplay, but I just want to make sure I'm hitting all areas first. Um, the user experience. Y'all really loaded this thing up with cap breakers, man. Y'all really loaded up with cap breakers, and I'm gonna be honest with you. I get it. Oh, people gonna be spending more money. If them dumbasses want to spend that money to be able to do certain things, then that's on them. Hey, I bought the Hall of Fame pass because I wanted the Vince Carter jersey, and I'm gonna use the VC to do stuff anyway. But the reality is that when you're spending money on a product, you have to be smart about how much or what money you're spending. And I don't want to get too heavy into like the money spending aspect because that's a whole video in and of itself. But if you got people out here that's trying to pay their way to be able to get the cap breakers, which I think is a horrible idea, if they're dumb enough to do that, they do that. I'm not supporting people paying their way to be able to get the cap breakers or unlock certain things. I'm not saying that, like to each his own, but I'm not saying that. I support people playing the game, learning the game, getting their badges, and then earning the stuff. Even if you're doing like a method in order to be able to get the cap breakers faster, that's fine. But to just blatantly just be like, oh, I gotta spend $32,000 in order to be able to compete with other people online, this is ridiculous. Okay, and when you do things like that, it waters down the product for everybody else in the future. If you know, you know. But this video is not about microtransactions. It's really about the game itself. I do feel like from a clothing standpoint, there's still much to be desired. Once again, like I said, I feel like we need more basketball themed stuff. From a defensive standpoint, everybody knows that a hot topic right now is contests. I'm gonna be honest with you. My opinion on the contests don't work. They do work. They work. The problem is that most people have been getting away with bullshit defense for years, even when it comes to the on-ball steals. And Mike Wang, if you ever watch this video, please do not add the animation steals back into the game. It's a terrible idea to add them back. The reason why is because when it comes to defense, the reality of defense is defense isn't played by using steals. Some of the best players that have ever played, their game is not constantly walking up to like superior ball handlers and just snatching the ball out of their hand. From a defensive standpoint, you want to make the offensive player work. You want to force them into uncomfortable positions, and you want to make them use multiple counters. So that way, by the time they get to their shot, right, they're taking something they really haven't practiced that much. To me, and I've been playing defense like that for years. I play with a 74 perimeter defense. I clamp up people better than some of the people that I play with. They got 80-something and 90-something perimeter defense. I've played against 99 perimeter lockdowns in the park, cooking them. Whether I'm getting to the basket or whether I'm getting to the three, they're getting cooked. You want to know why? Because they don't have defensive principles. Their job and in their mind is, okay, I'm playing a video game, so my job is just running to the defender, running to the offensive player and just tackling the entire time. That's not how you play defense. And eliminating the animation steals shows a lot of that. Same thing goes for blocks. You got a lot of people complaining about blocks in the game. Blocks work as they should. If you go and play the NBA 2K, is it NBA 2K or NBA 2K tutorial, right? And you do the block challenge. I believe it's Victor Wembanyama versus Steph Curry. When you're playing that, you have to be, and Victor Wembanyama is 7'4", and Steph is 6'3", 6'2", something like that. When you're playing that, you have to be so precise with your block timing, no matter what the rating is in the game. that it frustrates some people. But the reality is this: for years, like once again, like I said, people have been getting away with letting the game play for them. And my argument to that is this: when I have to shoot my jump shot, I have to time my jumper in the green window. I cannot mistime my jump shot and be mad that it don't go in, especially because it's green or miss in the green window is pure. So why is it that we have been allowing shot blockers and quote unquote lockdowns, which really ain't lockdowns, just abuse the game, a majority of them. There used to be a day and time where I actually had some respect for lockdowns because they actually came out and they were lockdowns. They had to do their job. Now you can have a 90-something perimeter and all of these crazy dribbles and a high three or whatever, and then it's just like, okay, we don't see Patrick Beverly playing like that. We don't see. So, but I'm not trying to conflate it all one-to-one with real life. I just think that there should be a specific threshold on when you get to 99 perimeter, the same way there's a specific threshold when you get to 99 driving dunk. A lot of other shit you can't get. When you get to 99-3, a lot of other shit you can't get. You got some holes somewhere in the game. But, you know, that's neither here nor there. I think the builder is decent. I will also say that, once again, when it comes to defense, a lot of people don't know how to play it properly. There's no reason why I play better defense with my 74 perimeter playing against top 100 people in whatever region that they're in, whether it be the United States or some other country or whatever it is. There's no reason why I'm playing good perimeter defense and I'm forcing the small guard to be able to play a certain way, and you got people with higher perimeter defense that's guarding me and they can't stay in front of me. Because I know if y'all have this type of ranking in the game in the park, I know that y'all play some serious comps sometimes. I know it. So how is it that your 99 perimeter lock can't guard me? Just some regular dude playing the game or whatever it is and throwing up content on YouTube. So that's my opinion from a defensive standpoint. Like I said, man, look, they haven't put out no gameplay patches out yet. I think the game is good. What I would say, if Mike Wang, if you ever see this video, and this is probably the most important part, from a contest standpoint, the contests need to be fixed when you're going up against these 7-footers and stuff like that. I also think that the solution isn't necessarily to buff the contest to a point where now people can just be out of the play and just jump back into play. I don't think that's the solution. I think the solution is bringing back guard up. Bring back guard up. Limit the legend version of it to 6'6", right? Then for 6'7", 6'8", you do Hall of Fame max that they can get it. And then 6'9", 6'10", you do gold max that they can get it. Because you got to remember, they already got the height advantage. So you can't give it to them on legendary at that height. You just can't. And I also think that guard up should be tied to ball handle and your shot rating. What this does is this promotes ISO players to get the badge and master using the badge, as opposed to just being like, okay, well, we got a lock sitting in the corner and he got an 83 ball, but he has a legend guard up. So, you know, anytime somebody plays off and they just get there or whatever, and they can go, because we already got the quick shot mechanic in the game. So there's no need for them to have that badge as well, too. That's just my quick thoughts on it. If you go back and you look at my channel, you'll see the videos that blew up in NBA 2K24. And what I mean relative blowing up, I got 800 subscribers at the recording of this video. 13,000 people watching my video in a month's time, that's a lot of fucking people. For somebody that's not known in the community, that's a lot. So at that time, I did well on those videos. In the video after that, I did well on that one as well, too. But if you look at those videos, once again, I play the game casually. You know what I'm saying? I play the game casually. Am I a hardcore player? Yeah, you could call it. I'm a hardcore casual because I do play the game often, right? But at the same time, I'm still casual. I don't play in no leagues. I don't play in no tourneys. I don't have a pro-am team. I don't do any of those things. I play in the park. I play in the rec. I play in the theater. I barely ever touch stage. The most I ever touched stage since stage has been out was last year. So, but if you look at my clips, when I'm playing in the areas that I play in, I was able to use guard up. Now think about the 2K League player who knows how to use guard up. Think about the people that play in these tourneys. Think about the Joe Knows and Black Market and whatever team he. Think about these people that play in these tourneys using a badge like guard up. Now the game changes. Everything's different, right? Because these people sit and they take the time and they study. And not only do they do that, but they also spend their bread to be a part of these leagues and part of these tournaments and whatever it is, right? So I just said all that to say I think that that's the solution to contest. Not so much as like, oh, well, we need to buff it. Like, more so, guard up needs to be brought back. I don't think you can do that this year, but it does need to be brought back. If you're going to buff the contest, they don't need to be buffed a whole lot. It really only needs to be buffed versus taller players. Like when it comes to like them 7-footers or whatever it is. And I also think it's a little strange too that you have to jump at so much stuff. I feel like closing out without jumping is the better solution. But then, you know, that creates problems because now you got a 5'9" dude who's super fast who can close out a certain. So there's a happy medium in there. I think you guys can figure it out. This contest system ain't perfect by a long shot, but it's not as horrendous as it's been in past years. Even from a paint defense standpoint, right? Paint defense is like, oh, I need to block shots and when you're sitting that far back in the paint, and I'm gonna just go real quick and show y'all a clip of it, right? One of the things that has irritated me for years, and like I said I made my point about the blocking angle earlier. If we pay attention, right, you have bigs that play like this every year, and every year they get away with it. And now that we have actual, you know, the ability to put together our layup packages, and we can actually pick our floaters and stuff. If you watch this clip here, okay, he bumped me, went all the way to the rim, and I threw the floater up on him, wide open. So, to me, this year, especially from an offensive standpoint, right, and I got tons of clips that I can show a bunch of other things as well, too. But to me, this year, from an offensive standpoint, it's more risk versus reward. The game feels more fair and fun. We're going to get into way more in the more in-depth breakdown of, like, from a gameplay review standpoint, because I got plenty of points I can make on shooting and rebounding, blah, 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 blah. We really do. But if you're on the fence about buying this game and you love basketball video games, they haven't patched anything yet. So before this patch, this is actually a good 2K. 2K25 was dog shit, trash. Never want to see it ever again. I regret that I bought it. I regret that I made more than one bill. This game here is fun. It really is. So that's just my 2 cents on it. Also, too, if you buy the game, you don't need to buy 10 billion bills, okay? You don't need it. But that's a conversation for another day.